Under the cloak of pre-dawn, a silent, vast armada glides across the churning English Channel, barely visible yet heavy with unspoken anticipation. The dark waters of the English Channel reflect the faint starlight, hiding the silent movement of the fleet. Engines hum, a low thrum, a mechanical heartbeat driving the silent fleet forward under the cover of darkness. Hushed whispers carried on the wind hint at the momentous journey ahead, a symphony of hushed anticipation. The air crackles with a mixture of tension and resolve as the vast armada advances toward the unseen horizon. Inside the cramped landing craft, a sea of soldiers braces for the unknown, their faces etched with grim determination. The air is thick with unspoken prayers as nervous hands ensure weapons are ready for the impending battle. The rhythmic throb of the engine pulses through the craft, a relentless reminder of the approaching confrontation. Each soldier steels himself, the dim light casting long shadows that amplify the tension and uncertainty. From the landing craft, the Normandy coastline emerges, a faint promise against the horizon. The morning's deceptive calm is torn apart by the low growl of distant artillery, heralding the storm to come. The hazy line of the coastline sharpens, drawing closer. The rumble grows, a constant reminder of the impending chaos. As dawn breaks over the Normandy beaches, the air is shattered by violent explosions. German artillery shells rip through the morning calm, turning the landing zone into a maelstrom of destruction. The landing craft rocks violently, each shudder a stark reminder of the brutal reality of war. Inside the vessel, soldiers brace, their faces grim with a mixture of fear and determination. Every muscle tenses as the landing craft approaches the shore, the moment of impact drawing near. The ramp crashes down, unleashing soldiers onto Omaha Beach. They surge forward, only to be met with a storm of bullets. Many fall, their sacrifices painting the sand crimson. The beach transforms into a field of courage and loss. Omaha Beach descends into chaos as soldiers desperately seek refuge. The air vibrates with the cries of the wounded and the incessant barrage of machine guns. Amidst the carnage, soldiers crawl, seeking cover behind the lifeless forms of their fallen comrades. Each movement is a desperate gamble against the relentless storm of bullets. The beach becomes a landscape of shattered hopes and fading life. Omaha Beach becomes a canvas of carnage, where a lone medic defies the inferno, crawling through a storm of bullets and explosions. Each shell that bursts nearby amplifies the deafening roar, painting the air with plumes of sand and debris. With unwavering resolve, the medic reaches a fallen soldier, his body still amidst the chaos. In a symphony of skill and precision, the medic's hands move swiftly, applying a bandage to the soldier's wound. The medic's face remains a mask of grim determination, his focus unbroken as bullets whiz past, indifferent to the dance of death around him. Amidst the chaos of Omaha Beach, a group of soldiers seeks refuge behind a disabled tank, their faces etched with determination. The massive tank looms over them, offering scant protection against the relentless barrage. One soldier peers cautiously from behind the tank, scanning the horizon for a break in the German lines. Another soldier studies a tattered map, desperately seeking a viable route through the deadly gauntlet. The weight of their mission presses down on them as they contemplate their next move. United by courage and desperation, the soldiers steel themselves to breach the enemy defenses. Omaha Beach descends into a maelstrom of chaos and death, a scene of utter devastation. Amidst the carnage, a lone officer stands firm, his figure a beacon of resolve against the encroaching darkness. His voice slices through the din, a rallying cry amidst the symphony of destruction. He gestures with fervent passion, his eyes blazing with unwavering determination. We can do this. For freedom. Omaha Beach on D-Day. A scene of intense military preparations under a sky heavy with the promise of conflict. The air vibrates with the deafening blast of Bangalore torpedoes. Amidst the chaos, a narrow path emerges. The soldiers bravely advance. The soldiers face the enemy. The battle intensifies, the air thick with smoke and the echoes of war. On Omaha Beach, a flamethrower team advances through the chaos, their determination unwavering. Flames erupt as the team incinerates a German machine gun nest, silencing the enemy. The intense heat engulfs the nest, leaving nothing but charred remains and a lingering sense of victory. Amidst the triumph, the cost of victory looms large, a stark reminder of the sacrifices made on Omaha Beach. Under a sky of fire, the Allied forces inch forward on Omaha Beach, each step a battle against the relentless storm of war. The sand drinks in the sacrifice of heroes as they push further inland, their resolve unshaken amidst the chaos and carnage. Against a backdrop of unrelenting resistance, the Allied forces advance, their courage a beacon in the heart of darkness. With every meter gained, the echoes of freedom resonate louder, drowning out the symphony of destruction that engulfs the beach. The tide of war begins to turn as the Allied forces secure their foothold, planting the seeds of hope in the blood-soaked sands of Omaha. Under the first light of dawn, Utah Beach emerges as a haven of calm, a stark contrast to the horrors of Omaha. The soldiers advance inland, their steps firm with newfound confidence. The beach, now secured, echoes with the promise of victory. The horizon beckons as the troops press forward, their mission clear. Utah Beach stretches wide under the daylight sun, an arena for destiny. Paratroopers, weathered from their descent behind enemy lines, emerge to join the fray. They move with purpose, each step measured as they advance toward the front lines. Infantry soldiers surge forward, their determination etched into every line of their faces. A moment of unity as paratroopers and infantry converge, their shared purpose igniting a spark of hope. Together, they stand ready, a united force against the looming darkness. Under the pale dawn sky, British troops storm Gold Beach, facing a maelstrom of relentless enemy fire. Explosions erupt across the beach, each blast throwing sand and debris into the air as soldiers dive desperately for cover. Amidst the chaos, the relentless barrage forces the troops to crawl forward, each inch gained soaked in tension and peril. The fortified positions unleash a deadly hail of bullets, turning the sandy shores into a lethal gauntlet. Grit and determination etched on their faces, the soldiers struggle to advance, each step a defiance against the overwhelming odds. The dawn air fills with the acrid stench of gunpowder and the cries of men, painting a grim portrait of courage and sacrifice on Gold Beach. On Gold Beach, monstrous Churchill tanks charge forward, heralding the dawn of liberation. Their heavy guns roar, unleashing a furious barrage against the entrenched German bunkers. Explosions erupt as the bunker collapses under the relentless assault. The horizon blazes with the promise of victory, forged in fire and sacrifice. Under the pale dawn sky, British commandos storm Sword Beach, a vanguard against the looming threat. Amidst the chaos, they navigate a gauntlet of obstacles, each step a defiance against the enemy's grip. The air crackles with gunfire as the commandos engage German troops, a dance of death under the vast, indifferent sky. In the brutal ballet of close-quarters combat, every movement is a desperate bid for survival. Dawn breaks, casting long shadows over the battlefield, a silent witness to the day's unfolding drama. On Sword Beach, Lord Lovat's pipers emerge, their kilts billowing as they stride onto the shore. The skirl of bagpipes pierces the air, carrying traditional Scottish tunes across the sands. The stirring music resonates, meant to embolden the troops as they set foot on the battlefield. Each note is a call to courage, echoing off the water and into the hearts of the soldiers. The sound of the bagpipes swells, filling the air with a mix of defiance and hope. The pipers march on, their music a powerful symbol of resilience and unwavering spirit. Under the cover of dawn, Juno Beach becomes a crucible of courage as Canadian forces surge forward. German soldiers emerge from fortified bunkers, unleashing a storm of bullets and explosions. Canadian soldiers dive for cover, their determination unshaken amid the chaos. Explosions tear through the sand, casting shadows of bravery and sacrifice on the battlefield. Through the hail of bullets, the Canadian advance presses on, each step a testament to their resolve. The battle for Juno Beach intensifies, a brutal dance between courage and destruction. Under the vast sky, Juno Beach transforms into a relentless theater of war. Amidst the chaos of the battlefield, resolute Canadian soldiers forge ahead, clearing mines. Obstacles fall as the soldiers press on, each step a testament to their unwavering resolve. The advance continues, each soldier advancing with purpose across the mined beach. Juno Beach becomes a testament to the courage and sacrifice of the Canadian forces. Against the backdrop of Pointe du Hoc's imposing cliffs, U.S. Rangers begin their arduous ascent, their faces hardened by the grit and sweat of battle. Ladders rise against the cliffs, providing a perilous path upwards toward the looming German gun emplacements. The air vibrates with the distant echoes of gunfire and the relentless crash of waves, amplifying the tension. Each movement is fraught with danger, the Rangers' determination unwavering despite the daunting challenge ahead. The Rangers press on, their resolve a beacon amidst the chaos, their every step echoing with the thunder of war and the roar of the ocean. Chaos descends as U.S. Rangers unleash a barrage of gunfire upon the German bunker. Bullets scream through the confined space, carving scars into the unyielding concrete. Explosions tear through the bunker, each blast threatening to bring the structure down. The Rangers advance relentlessly, their determination fueled by the deafening roar of battle. Amidst the relentless onslaught, survival hangs precariously in the balance. The air crackles with the acrid scent of gunpowder and the chilling echoes of war. On the scarred cliffs of Pointe du Hoc, the Rangers' initial hopes dissolve into grim realization. Certainty turns to urgent necessity as the mission shifts. The guns are gone, and the hunt intensifies. The men press forward, their resolve hardened by the urgency of the unknown, venturing deeper into enemy territory. Each step inland is a step further from safety, a silent vow to find their targets, no matter the cost. Under the clouded skies of Normandy, Allied troops move warily through the dense hedgerows, each step heavy with unspoken dread. The air hangs thick with the smell of damp earth and the metallic tang of fear as unseen eyes watch their advance. Suddenly, gunfire rips through the silence, shattering the fragile calm and plunging the troops into chaos. German snipers, concealed within the landscape, unleash a deadly hail of bullets, turning the idyllic fields into a killing ground. Ambush parties emerge from their hidden positions, their weapons spitting fire as the Allied troops scramble for cover. The sounds of battle echo through the Normandy countryside, each shot a stark reminder of the brutal fight for liberation. A Sherman tank finds itself swallowed by the muddy fields of Normandy, its tracks spinning without purchase. The steel behemoth is stuck, exposed and vulnerable in the vast landscape. The tank sits silent, a sitting duck for unseen enemies. The mud clings, holding the tank in its inescapable grasp. The countryside watches on, the tank's vulnerability palpable under the open sky. The tank is a monument to misfortune, its position precarious in the face of hidden threats. Amidst the dust and smoke of the Normandy countryside, a small band of American paratroopers seeks refuge behind a shattered stone wall. The distant rumble of tank treads echoes, a haunting prelude to the overwhelming German force. Private Miller, his face hardened by the ravages of war, bandages a wound with grim determination. Sergeant Reynolds, his eyes weary yet resolute, scans the horizon, his rifle clutched tightly. Spent shell casings litter the ground, silent witnesses to the brutal clash that has unfolded. Sainte-Mère, Église emerges as a silent witness to liberation's dawn, its streets soon to echo with the footsteps of freedom. American paratroopers descend, their arrival signaling the end of oppression and the promise of a new era. With firm resolve, they secure Sainte-Mère, Église, planting the seeds of hope in the heart of France. Sainte-Mère, Église stands as a beacon of liberty, its liberation heralding a turning point in the fight for freedom. In a liberated Normandy village, doors creak open, revealing faces filled with a mixture of hope and trepidation. The silence breaks as the first tentative cheers rise, like fragile birds taking flight. Flowers bloom in outstretched hands, a vibrant offering to the Allied liberators, symbols of gratitude and rebirth. The Allied soldiers, weary but resolute, receive the outpouring of emotion with solemn nods and grateful smiles. The village square transforms into a scene of jubilation, a testament to the enduring spirit of freedom and resilience. Amidst the sprawling fields of Normandy, a field hospital becomes a crucible of life and death, teeming with desperate activity. Nurses dart between patients, their movements a ballet of urgency as they administer aid, their expressions reflecting grim resolve. The air vibrates with the cries of the wounded and the hushed commands of medical staff, a symphony of anguish and determination. Faces etched with exhaustion and resolve, doctors and nurses battle relentlessly to save lives, their efforts a beacon of hope amidst the chaos. The field hospital buzzes with desperate energy, a symphony of groans and hurried steps echoing through the makeshift ward. Amidst the chaos, a chaplain kneels beside a soldier, his face pale and gaunt, framed by sweat-soaked hair. The chaplain offers solace, his lips moving in silent prayer as the soldier's grip loosens, signaling a peaceful release. Softly, the chaplain whispers, "May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May he lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace." Under the cloak of night, Normandy's beaches bear witness to the aftermath of battle. Fallen soldiers lie motionless, their forms stark against the sand. The mournful cries of seagulls echo across the desolate landscape, a haunting lament for the lost. A helmet rests abandoned, a silent testament to the chaos and sacrifice. The tide creeps in, slowly reclaiming the battlefield, washing away the traces of war. Under the cloak of night, the English Channel teems with activity as relentless waves of reinforcements flood the beaches. Supplies cascade onto the sands, fueling the relentless push toward the heart of the invasion. The rhythmic rumble of engines and the shouts of command echo across the water, orchestrating the massive operation. Each arrival strengthens the resolve and sharpens the spearhead aimed at the enemy's heart. Inside the Allied command center, the air crackles with strategic tension as commanders gather around tables bathed in the glow of maps and reports. With focused intensity, they point and murmur, their expressions grave as they meticulously strategize the next crucial moves. Each gesture and hushed discussion carries the weight of the ongoing campaign, etching determination onto their faces. The room buzzes with quiet resolve as the commanders meticulously plan the next crucial moves in the war. The Normandy countryside lies ravaged, its fields scarred by war and roads littered with the skeletal remains of burnt-out vehicles. Distant smoke billows ominously from burning villages, painting the sky with hues of despair. The air vibrates with the incessant sounds of gunfire and explosions, a relentless symphony of destruction. The ground trembles under the heavy rumble of tanks as a palpable sense of dread fills the air. Caen lies in ruins, a testament to the brutal force of Allied bombing. Amidst the devastation, pockets of German forces stubbornly resist. The crackle of gunfire echoes through the desolate streets. The distant rumble of tanks hints at the ongoing conflict. In the serene French countryside, a silent predator lurks, its presence masked by pastoral tranquility. The calm shatters as the Tiger tank unleashes a sudden, devastating attack. The roar of the tank's gun reverberates, signaling the ambush's violent beginning. Amidst the chaos, a British armored column is caught in the crossfire, its formation disrupted by the Tiger's assault. Burning vehicles become monuments to the ambush, their twisted metal reflecting the brutal efficiency of the attack. Scattered debris tells a story of destruction, marking the landscape with the stark reality of war. The Falaise pocket emerges as a deadly trap, Allied forces tightening their grip on the encircled German forces. A vast cauldron of conflict. The Falaise pocket becomes a symbol of despair for the trapped German soldiers. The noose tightens, the Allied forces maintaining their relentless pressure on the entrapped German army. Amidst the chaos, the Falaise pocket stands as a testament to the brutal efficiency of war. Above the Falaise pocket, Allied aircraft unleash a terrifying symphony of destruction. Bombs cascade from the sky, tearing open the earth with unrelenting force. The landscape convulses as explosions rip through the ground, sending shockwaves across the battlefield. Strafing fire tears through the smoke and dust, a deadly rain descending upon the trapped German troops. The air vibrates with the relentless symphony of destruction, a testament to the overwhelming force unleashed upon the Falaise pocket. In the Falaise pocket, German soldiers face desperate odds as they attempt to escape the Allied forces. Artillery fire rains down relentlessly, each blast signaling the end for some. Machine gun fire tears through the ranks, leaving trails of destruction. The earth erupts in chaos as explosions rip through the battlefield. Amid the carnage, a soldier clutches a photograph, his last connection to a life fading away. The sky darkens with smoke as the pocket tightens, sealing their fate. The Normandy countryside lies scarred, a panorama of devastation and despair under the silent gaze of the sun. Amidst the wreckage, fallen soldiers rest, their stillness a stark testament to the brutal cost of war. Each twisted piece of metal and lifeless form whispers tales of valor, sacrifice, and the ultimate futility of conflict. The land itself seems to weep, bearing witness to the echoes of battle that linger in the air. Nature's beauty is tainted, forever changed by the indelible marks of human conflict and suffering. The sun casts long shadows across the battlefield, painting a grim masterpiece of loss and desolation. Weeks after the storm of war, the Normandy beaches show a deceptive calm, the scars of battle fading into the sands. Debris gives way to order as the remnants of conflict are swept aside, replaced by the silent march of supply ships. The waters, once churned by landing craft, now reflect the steady arrival of supply ships, promising a new dawn. The beaches, once a theater of war, now serve as a lifeline, bearing the weight of hope and reconstruction. Normandy Cemetery stretches into the distance, a sea of white crosses under the vast sky. Each cross stands as a silent sentinel, a poignant reminder of sacrifice and valor. The sun casts long shadows across the field, each cross a solemn tribute to fallen heroes. The stillness of the cemetery amplifies the weight of history, a place of remembrance and reverence. The air is thick with unspoken stories, each cross a testament to lives given in the name of freedom. Under the vast Normandy sky, an old veteran stands tall, his weathered face etched with the silent stories of battles fought and comrades lost. His aged eyes, though dimmed by time, blaze with the undying embers of memory as he pays homage to a fallen brother in arms. The wind whispers through the endless rows of white crosses and stars of David, each a solemn testament to sacrifices made on these hallowed grounds. The salty scent of the sea mingles with the ghostly echoes of valor and sorrow, a poignant reminder of the battles waged on these shores. In the solemn hush of the cemetery, he offers a silent salute, a final farewell to a friend whose memory will forever live on. In a quaint French village, the laughter of children fills the air, echoing off ancient cobblestone streets. Sunlight pierces through narrow alleyways, casting fleeting shadows that dance around the children as they play. Their carefree movements and joyous sounds paint a portrait of youthful innocence and boundless energy. Each peal of laughter carries a note of hope, reflecting a bright future unfolding within the timeless village. The village, bathed in golden light, becomes a stage for the simple, profound drama of childhood. The Normandy countryside is reborn, its fields painted in vibrant greens, yet whispers of past battles linger. Amidst the idyllic scenery, the land bears witness to the echoes of war, its surface marred by scars that time cannot fully erase. The fields stretch out, a canvas of life and loss intertwined. The scars of war remain. In the hushed archive, a faded photograph captures the youthful hope of a soldier. His eyes reflect unwavering determination, a stark contrast to the fragile paper. Time etches its passage on the worn image, hinting at stories untold. The photograph remains, a silent witness to battles fought and sacrifices made. His youthful face, frozen in time, whispers of courage and innocence lost. The archive holds this memory, a poignant reminder of a life interrupted by war. In the archive, dust dances in the single shaft of sunlight, illuminating rows of forgotten stories. My dearest Martha, if you are reading this, then I fear I have not returned. The narration begins, echoing the soldier's words. The fighting here is unlike anything I could have imagined. The soldier's letter continues. The fear is a constant companion, a shadow that never leaves my side. But even in this darkness, I find myself thinking of you. The narration continues. Of our children, of the life we built together. Your face is the last thing I see before I close my eyes each night, and the first thing I see when I wake. I fought for you, the narration concludes. I fought for our future, and even if I am not there to see it, I will always be with you. The archive stands in hushed reverence. Dust motes swirl through the sunlit gloom, illuminating rows of forgotten histories. The mud was thick with blood, the air thick with screams. Narration recounts, painting a visceral portrait of a battlefield consumed by chaos. Each breath was a gamble, each heartbeat a countdown. Narration's voice echoes through the archive. But amidst the chaos, there was something else. A bond forged in fire, a loyalty that transcended fear. We were brothers then, narration concludes. Bound by a shared nightmare and an unbreakable promise. To never forget, the tide whispers secrets of the past as it caresses the sandy shores of Normandy. Sunlight glistens on the calm waters, masking the echoes of a tumultuous history beneath. Seagulls soar overhead, their cries a plaintive song carried by the breeze. The beaches stretch out, vast and serene, a place for quiet remembrance. Normandy whispers of solemn reflection, its sands now a canvas of peace and memory. The sun dips below the horizon, painting the Normandy beaches in hues of gold and amber. The tranquil scene belies the memory of the sacrifices made on these shores. A poignant stillness settles over the beaches, a somber tribute to the fallen. The setting sun casts a golden glow, a solemn reminder of the price of freedom.